When it comes to our wrestling games, we always look at the roster as being a pretty critical piece to the whole puzzle. But the other thing is the match types. We always look at the modes and the match types that we can get in these games. Today on the show, we're going to talk about 5 match types that we need to have in 2K22 for it to hit different. Let's break it down for you all right now. We've talked about different match types that we want to see in the game over the course of the last year, but there's still some in there that came to mind that I realized that, man, I would love to have these in the game, back in the game, some that we haven't seen since Here Comes the Pain, the Know Your Role games, even just some of the earlier 2K titles. And it makes a difference. It makes a big difference, right? Because we don't always feel like going into a universe mode, a GM mode. We want to be able to experience different types of matches, and sometimes these have a really good hook in them that have us coming back over and over again. The first match on the list is the Inferno match, coveted and made classic by The Undertaker and his brother Kane. I made the Inferno match, you ding dong. I made him famous over there. Kane, big brother, little brother, whatever. Michelle, you want to have an Inferno match in the game? What? No, Michelle, we're not done your lady gym yet. Hey, did you see the Undertaker do his Netflix show, Escape the Undertaker? That was a train wreck. I swear to God, he just comes up when he feels like it. Anyways, the Inferno match is something that I really love for them to bring back in 2K22, and maybe try to make it a little bit different in terms of the button mashing or just trying to hit button combinations. I don't know, but try to do something a little bit different to make it more fun, more engaging. Maybe you want to set the time limits on the Inferno match. Maybe you want to allow them to actually escape the ring instead of just being locked into it. But you got the flames coming up and everything. It makes for a little bit more drama, and you want to have those specialty matches when you have the likes of Kane or the Undertaker coming in. One that I forgot about, that I realized I absolutely loved when I would play Here Comes the Pain, and I remember playing it countless times, and actually I think it's kind of like the equivalent to the Towers mode that they have today. I'm talking about Slobber Knocker. Having a Slobber Knocker match was so much fun in Here Comes the Pain. Now imagine if we modernize that, because it's basically a gauntlet match. So call it a Slobber Knocker match, call it a gauntlet match, whatever you guys want to do. But the Slobber Knocker mode itself was fun. Not only because you were going through just like this endless wave of enemies that you were trying to take down other superstars, but the fact that they let you go into have a Slobber Knocker match anywhere in the arena. So you could go and fight in the parking lot or backstage, you beat your opponent, you take on the next one. And I loved back then, I loved seeing how far I could actually get in a Slobber Knocker match. That, I feel that, or gauntlet match, that type of thing, that would work really well today in terms of achievements, trophies, all of that. See how far you can get in a Slobber Knocker match. Can you take on 20 superstars, 30 superstars, or up to 50? Do the greatest, instead of the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, they do the greatest Slobber Knocker of all time. And you have Bryan Danielson go the distance, obviously. But if you're not familiar with it, go watch something on YouTube that has a Slobber Knocker match built into it, because it is just fun, and it got you all anxious and everything because you didn't know how long you're gonna last. You had to save up your finishers. You had to have a little bit of strategy in there because you didn't want to blow everything right away. If they could take it and modernize it, like I said, maybe even add in the options to customize who the enemies are gonna be, that allows for people to create kind of their own stories and everything built in there. Guys like me that grew up with Attitude Era, I would love to be able to have Stone Cold Steve Austin in a Slobber Knocker match, pick 10 guys that I want to go up against and make it all the corporation or the corporate ministry or DX, and be able to kind of have that story built in there. That sets it up great for GM mode or for universe mode, and be able to incorporate that into the stories too. In a similar vein, and I don't know, tell me in the comments, but I don't think we've had this before in one of the 2K games or any of the games, Beat the Clock Challenge. I can't imagine it's too hard to do this. You set a time limit on it, and you could have it just for a straight up one-on-one match. But if they could put it into the format of a tournament with the clocks built in there, it might take a little bit of work, but I would love to see a Beat the Clock Challenge. And I bring this up because it has been used on WWE TV in the last 10 years, a couple of times. They kind of pull it out whenever they feel like it, right? They think it'd be appropriate to use a Beat the Clock Challenge. I'd love to have that in my universe mode and being able to set it up for the whole night to be Beat the Clock challenges. Do it online with your buddies, being able to do Beat the Clock challenges to see who can beat them in the lowest amount of time. It can help set up stories. It can set things up to be fun for online play. There's a lot of options you could do. Beat the Clock Challenge would be so much fun. Men's and women's divisions, let it happen. There's a lot of conversation around like multi-man matches and things like that today on the show. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the show, do Matt a favor, subscribe to the channel, notification bell, check out the community tab for all the new updates that we have going on, and check out the whole Assemble merch store because we've got new t-shirts, we got mugs, we got the whole shebang going on over there in the merch store. Lumberjack match. Bring back the Lumberjacks. It's been years since I've had a Lumberjack match. Come on. And again, WWE, they like to pull it out of their hat whenever they feel like it. Give me a match where I can do one-on-one and I got 3 Lumberjacks on either side. Give me 6 Lumberjacks. You can do it where you have an actual like manager at ringside. We've seen it in the past where we've had 2 managers at ringside. We've seen the Lumberjack match before in the games. Let it happen again and beef it up so you can have your entire faction out there. Maybe 2 factions are going in there. You got the Bloodline and you got the Hurt Business and it's just Lumberjacks. Or I just want to pull out the 24/7 division and put them as Lumberjacks at ringside. It diversifies the matches, the match types, what players can actually experience in the game and get away from just traditional one-on-one with the manager. It makes it more fun and more accessible. That's what I miss about a lot of these games, is that real fun factor, because they've gone so hard into simulation and simulating the WWE TV experience that I feel like they've gotten away from what made previous games so much fun. You can have some goofiness with the Lumberjack match and it would be a lot of fun. The last match on the list today, folks, a proper King of the Ring / Queen of the Ring / Queen's Cup. Yes, we have tournament mode. We have tournament option in 2K20. We can do that. That has been in there for a while now, but I don't like it. I don't like the frame of it. I don't like that it's just straight up tournament or tag team tournament and it's just in an exhibition. I want there to be the ability to have King of the Ring mode and have the stipulation be in there at the end that it is for the actual King of the Ring, where they sit in the chair, and I want it to be King of the Ring or Queen of the Ring, and they actually have it set up so that it could be part of the Universe GM mode, the online piece. That other mode. I don't like that I can't set up the tournaments that way. I don't want to have just an exhibition tournament. I want to be able to set up a real King of the Ring. I want to set up a Queen of the Ring match. Or like I said, the Queen's Cup tournament, so that it crowns a new champion, a new #1 contender, something like that, but allow us to basically take the core idea, let us take the King of the Ring match, put it into our universe, or have it just set up as a proper match itself. But I love tournaments and I love being able to set up different tournaments within my universe and within the exhibition, but I want them to mean something a little bit more, and I want them to gear towards more of the women's division too, by giving me a Queen's Cup or giving me the Queen of the Ring match. And WWE themselves are planning to have a Queen of the Ring tournament too. So whether it's going to be for the title, a #1 contender spot, or just to be able to have the namesake of being declared King or Queen of the Ring, I think it's something that really needs to be brought back in 2K22. But what do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below, what modes, matches, match types do you want to see in this next game that we have coming out in March of 2022? If you guys enjoyed that episode, YouTube tells me that you're probably going to like this one too. Let's find out. See ya!